Alright, everybody wanted to see this video, so we're going to do it today. It's going to be homemade mac and cheese. The coolest thing, I get to use this. Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyday Barbecue. My name is Mike. Thank you very much for tuning into the channel. I really appreciate it. If this is your first time here, do me a favor, support me, head down there, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on all notifications, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this recipe, okay? I would really appreciate it. So, without any further ado, let's get right into this. A little bit of a backstory. My last video should have been my meatloaf video, which was just a week or two ago. From the time of shooting this, obviously, who knows when you're gonna watch this in the future. But I did some mac and cheese as part of that sort of a comfort food thing, and I did, you know, it was a family dinner night, and I didn't want to film everything because it sometimes becomes very intrusive on my family. So that was just my opportunity to share my meatloaf recipe with you, and so that's what I did. But I asked everyone if they wanted to see this mac and cheese video. They said yes, so we're gonna do it today. And I guess I do this like most people. I don't think there's a whole lot of differences with my recipe versus others, but you just need some very simple ingredients. You're gonna need some macaroni, you're gonna need cheddar cheese, flour, salt, butter, milk, and whatever you want to garnish with. I'm gonna garnish with some bacon bits today, and I had to wait for my serving dish that I ordered to come in so that I could take a nice pretty thumbnail for you guys. Let me make sure this is clean. So there we go. And I'll be serving it up in there. Now that I've rambled, let me show you how to make this. So I'm turning on my cooktop here. I just bought this. I actually bought this for this video. This was a dual cooktop, and the reason why I did it was so that I would be able to do both the pasta and the cheese on the same cooktop here and share that with you, but they're not both gonna fit on here. So we're just gonna do the cheese on here, and I've got the macaroni that's gonna be going on the stove. And you know what? You should all know how to cook macaroni. Follow the instructions on the box, because that's really the easiest part of this whole recipe. It helps when you plug it in. Aha! Now that we fixed that, I'm just gonna preheat this to about low to medium heat. The first part of this, you're gonna be messing with some flour and some butter, and you wanna kinda get a little brownish color to that, but you don't wanna burn everything. So I don't want to get too high on the heat. So I'm going to get started here by melting about a half a stick of butter in this pan. And I'm just using a non-stick pan. This is some copper cookware that we got. I don't even know from where. This is a while back that we bought this stuff, but it's a real easy thing to put together when you have non-stick. So we're going to use non-stick, and I recommend you do the same. I was going to wear my Bears hat for this episode, but the Bears suck, so I decided not to because I don't want to hear about it in the comments. But now that I mentioned that, I'm pretty sure I'm going to hear about it anyway. Alright, my butter's melted. I'm just going to add some flour little by little here. So I got about a total of maybe 1 or 2 tablespoons in here. But I normally don't even use more than like, well, I guess sometimes I'll use up to 2 tablespoons, but not very often. Now we just want to stir that in. And I think one of the most important things for me to tell you about this is that you want to keep this moving the whole time. Like, if you have to take a break for a second to walk away, that's fine. But once you start doing this, you want to continue to move this around. So once that first half tablespoon or so of flour gets incorporated here, we're going to add a little bit more. Alright, so a little bit more flour. And the only thing I hate about this particular pan is that it's sort of like sinks down on the edges. That's the design. The center of it's a little higher, so sometimes you got to move this around a little more. But it gives me a lot of space to work with, and that's kind of what I like about it. But you just need to use something that is big enough for you to put in all this cheese and all this macaroni and mix it together at the end before you put it into a dish. So, you know, typically a larger pot is going to be the ticket, but anything you have that's large enough will work fine. And if you've never made homemade mac and cheese before, especially if you have kids, I mean, I love mac and cheese. I've loved it since I was a kid. My grandmother used to make it all the time, but it was always Kraft. I don't think she ever made it homemade. And I absolutely loved it. I mean, that was one of the things I looked forward to. And my grandma used to put a lot of butter in it at the end. I don't even know if you're supposed to with Kraft, but After she would strain the pasta and add the little cheese powder, she would throw in like just a ton of butter, and it was so delicious. I could eat like a whole box of it on my own when I was a kid. So my bad eating habits started kind of early on in life. All right, we're gonna get some more flour in here. And you can see it's kind of getting a little sticky, it's browning. So let's add a little bit of milk. There we go, and we're just gonna keep this moving. That's really important, just keep this moving. Now you're starting to get that bit of a stringy, rubbery kind of a consistency. This is exactly what we're looking for here. I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. Just wanna do that little by little, just to get these lumps out and to kind of get this to a nice smooth consistency. It's going to thicken and it's going to get stringy and rubbery, but you don't want any big lumps in it. So just keep this moving. There we go. Now we're really starting to get where we want. You can see how this is getting smooth. So this whole process to get to where I'm at now is like maybe 3 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes, depending on how much heat you're running. And right about now, we're gonna add a little bit of salt to this. All right, we're gonna add some more milk now. And I'll put all the directions down there in the description for you, so don't worry about that. Some people use more cheese than others. We love cheese here, so I add a lot of cheese. It is what it is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to show you here in a second. And this recipe is quite flexible with that. So if you like Monterey Jack, or if you like Colby, or if you like cheddar, or whatever it is, some people have mozzarella or even provolone in this. I just go with straight cheddar because my kids kind of like it to be a little basic, but you can get really creative with this when it comes to cheese. And I'll be using probably about 5 cups of cheese for this because we like it really, really cheesy. I may even add more. I've got 6 here, but I just kind of go by thickness and consistency once I get to where it's almost time to combine everything. I'm gonna start adding cheese little by little to this. Stir that in till it's smooth, and then just keep adding cheese little bits at a time like I just did. It smells great. I mean, it just gets nice and cheesy, and you can start smelling that, and you can see this nice consistency that we have here. But again, you're gonna have a tired arm at the end of this because you gotta keep this moving. You don't want it to sit at the bottom and burn. You wanna keep it moving. And as it goes, just continue to add some cheese. And we're gonna add a little bit more milk to this in a bit. We've been at this about maybe 6 minutes so far. We're gonna add some more milk. So that's about 2 cups so far. I may end up adding a little bit more. And don't forget, like I said, I'm gonna put all the details down in the description for you, so don't worry about it. So you'll know exactly what I did to get the result that I get today, which hopefully is gonna be as good as normal. Add the rest of my cheese. We've been at this about 8-9 minutes now, something like that. My pasta should be just about done. I put it in just a minute or so before I started this. So I just took a little sneak taste test of my pasta. It's in perfect shape. I like mine, just a tad bit on the al dente side, but you don't have to do that. If you want it to be a little mushier, then just cook it a little bit longer. I would say, especially though, if you're going to end up putting this in the oven, which I normally don't do unless I'm smoking it. Now, if I'm doing smoked mac and cheese, then I'll mix all this together, I'll put it in a foil tray, and then I'll put it outside on the smoker for, who knows how long. We could put it out there for an hour, 2 hours. You can cover it with foil if you're worried about it getting too thick or too firm. But that's really just for flavor. So when it comes to this dish, everybody has their own preference as far as what they want and what they like in terms of thickness and how firm they want it. But for me, we like it a little bit more cheesy and a little thinner cheese. But you can do whatever you want, whatever fits your taste and your preference. All right, so we've been at this about 12 to 14 minutes, and you can kind of see now how this stays together. It's gooey. It sort of stacks up a bit when you do this. So now I'm gonna be turning off my heat. So I have 1 pound of macaroni going in. Now our cheese to macaroni ratio is probably slightly different than if you're gonna look up a recipe online, because we like a lot of cheese. Now just get this all mixed together. Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Just look at that. I could just dive into this like a cheese pool. Smells incredible. The perfect consistency. And look at that stringiness from the cheese as I mix this. I mean, the difference with having real cheese, it's just crazy. It's so much better, and this is not hard to do. You just gotta be willing to stir stuff for 10-15 minutes. If you're willing to do that, you can have one heck of a meal out of this. All right, now we're gonna get this all into this dish. Sorry, I'm blocking one of the cameras, I know that. Now let me just show you what this looks like. I mean, it's incredible. I'll get some close-up action here. All right, now here's the part where you could just put this in the oven and bake this for a little while, but we don't like it a whole lot more thicker or firmer than this. The kids kind of love it a little bit runny like this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give this a little texture on top with my torch. So just hit this up. You can see it just gives a little bit of brown, just a little bit of texture. And there we go, just a little bit of color. Now I'm gonna finish this up with some bacon bits on top. You can also mix this bacon into the cheese if you want, but the kids for some reason just don't like that. So I'm just used to putting it on top like this. And there we go. I mean, this has beautiful color, beautiful texture, a nice little crispiness on those noodles, but not too much. All right, before we get to this taste test, my son, hey buddy, you gotta turn that stuff down because I'm trying to film my taste test here. Here, hold on, I'm gonna put you on film. Say hello.
Hello.
What did he do? All right, love you, son. I can't wait to get into this, so I'm just gonna dive in. Now, I'm not gonna double dip, but I don't see any reason to serve this up into any kind of a dish or anything. But just take a look at that nice cheese pull action. Look at that beautiful texture. One more shot right here. Cheers, everyone. This is gonna be a humongous bite and I'm gonna look like a fat pig, but I don't care because it's really delicious. Cheers. Amazing. That is absolutely glorious. All right, I don't have to tell you how good that was. I mean, it is elevated mac and cheese. This is way better than boxed, Velveeta, Kraft, any of that stuff. And it's not that expensive to make and it's not that hard to make. You see the results here. You saw me do it on camera. So you can do this at home. This is not hard to do. Don't be intimidated. Take a shot, do it at home. You're gonna absolutely love it. Do you like mac and cheese? Is this why you're watching this video, or did you just stumble upon it? Let me know down in the comments. Do you have your own homemade mac and cheese recipe? And hey, you know what? Since I brought up the Bears in this episode, let me know if you like the Bears or not. Let me know if you're from Chicago. Let me know where you're from. Put it down in the comments. Like this video. Take care. Till next time, I'll see you on the next episode.